Imagine a boy whose father was once the right hand of China's greatest revolutionary leader. But then one day, that boy is labeled the enemy of the very revolution his family helped build. Forced to live in a cave. Rejected by his own people. But he didn't break. He didn't quit. This is not just the story of a man. This is the story of survival, ambition, and transformation. This is the untold journey of Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping was born on June 15, 1953, in Beijing. His father, Xi Jinping, was a revolutionary hero, one of the founding fathers of the Chinese Communist state. Xi's early life was comfortable. He grew up in the heart of power. But fate had different plans. When Xi was just 10, his father fell out of favor with Mao Zedong. He was accused of anti-party activities and exiled. Xi Jinping's privileged life collapsed overnight. Soon, during the Cultural Revolution, his family became the target of hatred. Red Guards raided their home. His schoolmates humiliated him. At 15, Xi was sent to a remote village called Liangjiahe in Shaanxi province. No electricity. No running water. No father. No protection. Just pain, loneliness, and dust. At Liangjiahe, life was brutal. Xi slept on a brick bed, surrounded by fleas. He labored in the fields for over 10 hours a day. But something changed in him. He read books by the dim light of oil lamps. He wrote petitions. He led construction of biogas pits. And most importantly, he listened. The villagers began to respect him. Not because he was a princeling, but because he worked harder than anyone else. Xi applied to join the Communist Party multiple times. Rejected over and over. But he didn't stop. Finally, in 1974, he was accepted. After returning from the village, Xi enrolled at Tsinghua University. He studied chemical engineering, but also Marxist theory. He chose to start from the grassroots, taking up party jobs in Hebei, Fujian, and later Zhejiang. While others leveraged connections, Xi stayed low profile. He was methodical, careful, patient. But the political world wasn't kind. He was overlooked. Outshined by flashy rivals like Bo Xilai. There were rumors that he lacked charisma. That he was too soft-spoken. But what no one saw was the inner fire that had been forged in Liangjiahe. He knew how to survive a storm. And more importantly, how to wait. In 2007, a twist of fate changed everything. Xi Jinping was appointed to the Politburo Standing Committee. 5 years later, in 2012, he became General Secretary of the Communist Party. By 2013, he was President of China. And then began one of the most intense anti-corruption crackdowns in modern Chinese history. From village chiefs to army generals, no one was safe. Over 2.3 million officials were investigated. Xi had arrived. And he meant business. In 2018, term limits were removed. Xi Jinping became the most powerful Chinese leader since Mao. He launched the Belt and Road Initiative, modernized the military, and turned China into a tech and infrastructure superpower. Xi calls himself the son of the Yellow Earth. His political vision is shaped by pain, loyalty, and strategy. He revived party ideology, tightened media control, centralized power like no leader before him. Some fear him. Others revere him. But all recognize his ability to bend history. He visits Liangjiahe regularly, to remind himself where he came from. He once said, "The cave I lived in for 7 years taught me more than any university." Xi Jinping's life teaches us something rare, that power means little unless you've endured helplessness. Pause. That leadership is hollow unless you've walked among the forgotten. He was buried in the dust of China's darkest decade. But from that dust, he rose. Quietly. Steadily. Unshakably. Your circumstances may break you. Or they may build you. The choice is always yours. Because strength is not born in comfort. It is shaped in caves. In silence. In rejection. When no one believes in you, will you still rise? When everything is taken away, will you still persist? Xi's life was not scripted by privilege, it was rewritten by persistence. And in that lies a powerful truth. No struggle is meaningless. No fall is final. No beginning is ever too humble to dream of greatness. His journey tells us, pain is a teacher. Loss is a lesson. And silence is strength in disguise. He did not just rise to power, he climbed out of history's darkest corners. Pause, and prove that destiny can be rewritten, one step at a time. So wherever you are, whatever you're facing, remember Liang Jiahe. Remember the cave. Remember the dust. Because sometimes, the place that breaks you is the same place that builds you. Rise. Fall. Rise again. Endure. Believe. Build. That's not just Xi Jinping's story. It can be yours too.